Fight me.
Hello, beautiful beans. How are we doing this morning? Hello. Hi, Shawnee, who is here early. Hi, Sleepy. Hi, Bean. Hi, Stars. How we doing? It's very nice to see you too, Shawnee. Having a pulse is better than the alternative. I will accept this as a good answer. Excellent. Yeah, I have not considered lunch yet, but that's because I literally just finished eating breakfast, so. And yeah, let's hear those lunch plans. Hello again. How should I pronounce your name? I'm sure you've said to somebody someplace else that I've seen, but I do not know. Diamra would be my guess, but I don't know. Either of those sounds like a good lunch, Sleepy. Diavra. Okay. Sorry, I have my hand off screen because... Oh, okay, it's an Irish word. That makes sense. Okay, understood. Cool, cool. Yeah, I may have an Irish last name, but that does not mean that I know anything. Oh, that sounds delicious, Sleepy. How dare you say that where I could see it? I am a sucker for a caprese, honestly. Okay. Finishing berries, hopefully today. We'll see if we actually finish it. I'm not convinced that I can finish it today. Yeah, I've said this about many things in many channels. I'm a slut for fresh basil. I'm also a slut for dill. Rice-a-roni is good too. I haven't had that in a long time. We always did chicken rice-a-roni, but not beef. Yeah, I just love dill. It's so good. I put it in everything. Well, not everything, but many things. Ooh, we love garlic bread. You guys are making me hungry. Okay, so I think for the most part, the berry itself is done. I might lift up some of the magenta that I put down for shadows because I'm feeling like it's a little bit too dark. But I don't know, maybe I should just commit and go whole hog with that. So I think I'm going to darken up the background here, and then we'll start working on some leaves. Thank you, Bean. I appreciate the consideration there, even if it is not feasible. I appreciate the intention. Thank you. I've got a mix of a few things in the playlist, but if you are interested in figuring out what all's on there, I do have a link to it right there. This one is going to be a remix from Young Bae, who does a lot of really good remix stuff. And that's how you spell his name. So he's easier to look up. But he bops, and he lets people use his stuff without a DMCA strike, which is really good. We love that. But I've also got some stuff from the Valhalla soundtrack in here. I have a couple other soundtracks. So I have some stuff from Cassette Beasts. I have some stuff from Sticky Business because they let people use that as well. That one doesn't get a DMCA strike. I have ACS, which is also allows their music to be used without a DMCA strike, and they're a band on Twitch that I really like. And then we have what I started with today was a remix of KK Ryder from Q something. I'm not going to remember that off the top of my head, am I? QMU, I'm guessing. QUMU. But yeah, you can see all that stuff on the playlist and poke through it and see what you like. Ooh, that's nice, Bean. I love that, Shawnee. I would play that all the time. I love games where I get to just mix things like potions. I also like to do that in real life, and that's why I make soup a lot. Because soup is just a potion. You just throw stuff in, and eventually it becomes a thing. You know? Okay. I should do some work, maybe, instead of just sitting here talking. I mean, sitting here talking is also valid, but I do need to clean up my palette if I've decided that I am actually done with the berries, which I think I am. I think if I'm going to do anything else, it's going to be lifting color up. Because it is looking, like, it looks pretty good on screen because it's not picking, like, it's making more of a gradient than it is IRL. It's a little bit blotchier, which I think is good. I think that's a stylistic choice I could make. But my brain doesn't like looking at it like that. I don't know. It's a style that I enjoy seeing, but when I do it, my brain is like, oh, no, you failed. That's not how you should make art, which is stupid. My brain is a little stupid, you know. I think everybody's brain is a little stupid. And realizing what kind of stupid your brain is a good first step into figuring out how to not be so stupid, you know? I've been having like a rough brain week, not gonna lie. But we persist. And we continue to make it everybody else's problem. I've been allowed to exist, I will make that the world's problem. No, I don't think that's true, Bean. I think you're just being mean to yourself because you've been having a hard time. I feel like people say naivety is a bad thing, but I think for the most part, it's not really even being naive. It's not like not knowing what things can happen to you. It's just trying to see the best in people. And I don't think that's a bad quality to have. I think that's a very brave quality to have, actually. I think working to see the best in people, even when they show you their worst sides, is actually one of the bravest things you can do in the world. And like, yes, it can end up with you getting hurt, but even if you're cynical, you can end up being hurt, you know? So I think you should give yourself a break there. Yep, for sure. If everything was lightness, we wouldn't understand what the lightness was, you know? There has to be some dark, otherwise it's not in context and it doesn't make sense. Kind of like how we think about fish don't realize they're wet. You gotta have some of the other to make it through, to understand what it really means. And I mean, yeah, it still sucks, but that doesn't mean that's what it's always gonna be. Ooh, are you working on your calluses? Is this with the new strings you got, Sleepy? Yeah, cool. Ooh, interesting. You should describe it to me. I am not a musical instrument person. I never have been. But I like learning about it, especially from people who like doing it. I mean, that's the best way to learn anything. Like, if you're listening to a lecture from somebody who really enjoys what they're doing, it hits way better. Yes, I'm neurodivergent. We know. Ah, okay, cool, cool. Gotcha. That's neat. Funk. Yeah, I get you. That's cool. I'm glad that they did, because it would have been really disappointing if you paid that much money for something and then you were like, I don't like it. And also, it didn't make any difference. That would suck. Ooh, yeah. I'm glad that it was just like the one thing instead of like 35,000 things, you know? I'm gonna just kind of plop some extra in here to make it a little funkier. I want the paint to do some pooling and stuff so that it's not just like a straight wash. I want it to look, I want to put some stank on it, you know? So that you can tell that it's watercolor. Because watercolor does a lot of cool little texture things, especially this green that I'm mixing in with. It likes to split, which is part of the reason why I like it, because it splits the pigments a little bit and makes some really cool pooling and gradients on its own. And like, this is just the background. It doesn't need to be perfect, nor should it be. Because again, we like a little bit of stank to it. That's one of my favorite things about watercolor, is just kind of the weird textures it makes on its own. Which is part of why I use the brand I use mostly, because the proper term is I can speak. The proper term is granulation, where the pigments kind of split and pool a little bit, and this brand is really known for doing that. Which is part of why I gravitated towards it. It is a more expensive brand, but I like it, so it's worth it to me. Also, like, I don't go through that much pigment, really. I don't have to rebuy tubes very often. Okay, you're working on drying. That's all good. Let me see what base color I want to use for these leaves. That's our next step here. Because I know that I want to use a little bit more of a yellow tone for the leaves attached to the berries for sure, just to differentiate them a little bit more. Which means I probably want to do kind of like a blue-green for the leaves. I can start on this guy right here, because I think those spaces are a little bit dried now there, so that I don't get too much pigment pull. Yeah, exactly. It's all about finding what you want to do, and like, I will say this repeatedly, and some people will argue with me, but there is no like one right way to do art. You just gotta do what you do and then keep doing it, and then people are like, wow, what a great style. That's just how it works. You just keep funneling along and doing what you like to do, and then eventually it becomes your thing, which is true of like almost all art forms. Or maybe all art forms. Oh. Okay. Me trying to figure out what my lines mean. So I think I'm gonna start with a little bit of sap green and blue in some of these areas. That's so valid, Sleepy. I did like quote unquote proper photography when I was in college. That was one of my art classes that I took. So we did like film photography and printed our own photos and stuff like that. It's like, how did you decide to do this? I don't know, I just did it. Okay, do I understand what the lines I made mean? Sometimes. Probably should be using a smaller brush for this, but we'll do bigger and then get smaller, I think. Yeah. See, my color theory is I understand color theory, but I also just combine colors in ways that other people tend to not, I've noticed. So like some of the stuff I really like is not a standard color combo that people gravitate towards, which like part of art is definitely proper color theory, and some of it is just the vibes that you like, you know? Hi, Grim, and hi, Wiggle! I did see those redeems, Grim. I will get to it. Uno momento. Okay. Doing a stretchy. As if, Grim. I did actually properly exercise yesterday. I talked to Grim about that before I went to do it. Is part of what makes me think of it. And the other part that makes me think of it is, oh, stretching. But because I was having a bad brain week and I was like, I need to like get out of this pit. I was like, okay, we're going to do the thing and we're going to exercise and it's going to help and that's going to make you pissed about it, but we got to do this. And I was right. Yeah. Yeah, doing a warm up and a cool down is important. And also, I think I mentioned this to you guys maybe, but I fucked up my shoulders exercising at one point. Like, not really fucked up, but like the muscles in between my shoulder blades were like really mad at me because I didn't wear a sports bra. Like, I didn't change into a sports bra before I exercised because I knew if I had the extra step of changing my clothes, I just wasn't gonna do it. And I think you guys know this about me. You can probably tell on my model too. I have a lot of tit. And that was not a good life choice. And my muscles made me very aware of that. Because like when you're carrying like 30 pounds of stuff around on your chest all the time, it makes your shoulders work a bit more. And if you don't push them closer to your body with a sports bra when you exercise, your muscles do a lot more work trying to balance you and keep everything like where it's supposed to be. So we learned a lesson that day. Okay, I did a stretchy. I told you guys some TMI, you know. I'll do a hydrate. Yeah, gravity likes to make itself known. Um, And I will say the bra that I was wearing when I did that was an underwire too, so everything was very shifted, if you catch my drift. Um, it was, yeah, we learned to not do that. Yeah, with great booba comes great responsibilities. And the responsibilities are to use them for evil, to distract other people, and to try and not kill yourself with them, because if you have enough, they can bump up and smack you in the face and shit. You know, your standard stuff, really. Beating yourself to death with your own body. Fun way to go. um, Something nice about myself. Actually, okay. I've been learning new skills. You guys know this with the Minecraft stuff because I hadn't played before last month. And I made a build like all on my own yesterday that other more experienced Minecraft players said that they liked. So I'm very pleased with myself about this. For one, learning a new skill, and two, doing a thing where other people could see me, and three, other people liking it. So there you go. Thank you, Sleepy. Yeah, and I realized this the other day because I had a little bit of a meltdown, honestly, around how many people were joining the Minecraft server. And it's not that I don't like any of the people that are there or I don't trust them or whatever. It's just I realized like the little bullied kid in me still gets really nervous about doing things that I'm not feeling proficient at when there are other people who can see me. So I had to have like a moment about it. And by a moment, I mean like a whole day and a half of freaking out over nothing. Like I'm very aware that this is not a real issue. It's one of those things that my brain is hardwired to do that is no longer relevant. So I had to like me building the thing that I built was like a big step forward. I had to talk myself into that. So yeah, and I don't know. I did talk to Cap about it, obviously, because he foolishly, perhaps, started dating me, which means he gets to listen to me, like, process all of my emotions constantly. Um, And he was like, "You're way overreacting to this." He didn't say it that way. He said it much nicer. And I was like, "Yep, I know that. I'm working on it." Okay, Grim. Yeah, exactly. See, Sleepy, I'm like that too. And I get really overwhelmed when there's a lot of people, especially if I'm trying to communicate with them. Like, I even have difficulty doing like a voice chat with more than one person in it. So, yeah, I think we're all probably in a similar boat. Um, which like I was pretty integral to everybody who was in there getting invited. Because I was like, yeah, these people will be great, and I like them, and they're my friends, and that kind of stuff. But it's still work. BP, hello, good to see you. Yeah, it's just one of those things where like if you were the weird kid, it always feels like somebody's like setting you up for something, you know? Yeah, exactly, Sleepy. And honestly, I have messed stuff up. I will say that outright. I have messed up on Cap's base. And he is one of the most forgiving and kindest people in the entire world. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry that you have to do a capitalism BP, but thanks for popping in. It's always good to see you. Um, Sorry, this is lotion for me to put on my hands. That's what I'm doing. My hands are especially dry this week. Which means my skin is mad at me. Yeah, capitalism is stupid. Because like so many more of my friends would be able to come and visit if it wasn't for capitalism. Um, but yeah, there was a point where I'm not sure if it was actually fully me, but I put something next to the fence on the outside where all the cows and sheep are, and I think they managed to climb it. And so a whole bunch of them got out, and I was trying to like get them all back into the pen with leads, and I like could not manage it. And I cried about it on call with Cap, not gonna lie. Cap was like, "It's all fine. Like it's not a big deal. I know that you didn't mean to do this. Like it's okay." And I I was like, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin it." He's like, "You didn't ruin anything. You're being silly." But I definitely like cried about it and had like a little breakdown about it because I felt like I ruined something, you know? Like, but of all of the people to do that with, Cap is the one to do it with. He is so kind and forgiving just at a base level. He, like, honestly has rewired my brain a lot around this stuff, which is great. It's fantastic. And he does also know that he has done that. I've told him directly. So, yeah, he told me about that, Sleepy, when you just like yeeted yourself into the water and started swimming. And he was like, "Sleepy, there's boats." Oh, no, Sleepy, you can just take them. It's fine. Hi, Tens. Yes, berries. These are salmon berries. I guess I should actually like be painting, huh? I'm feeling really chatty today. I haven't had a lot of social interaction this week. Yeah, no, I completely understand, Sleepy. 100%. I I'm also this way, except not Canadian. I guess I'm like close to Canadian because I'm Alaskan, I guess. I don't know. But I grew up in Oregon, so I don't know that it really counts. They're salmon berries, Kuro. And hi. Ooh, conversation question. You got it, Shawnee. I absolutely do accept the title, and please put that on my paperwork. I'm gonna put that on my paperwork when I apply for citizenship over there, because I don't want to live in this country anymore. Not gonna lie. Do I really have a choice about that? No, because I'm Poe. But okay. And to be fair, I haven't really wanted to live here for a while, so Oh no, Wiggle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They are often called Russian raspberries, I think is the other, like, regular name. I've done that before too, Wiggle. I feel you. I snapped a piece of, to be fair, it wasn't a board, it was a metal piece on my box spring. And we had to turn it around so that the broken piece wasn't like where my butt is when I'm sleeping. It was a whole thing. Um, okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is gonna end up political. I'm gonna warn you. Um, so each of the cards has 3 questions, and Shawnee, I'll let you pick which one we should focus on here. The first one is, should parents introduce their children to a religion or let them figure it out themselves? Second question is, for what episode in your childhood do you probably owe your parents an apology? And third is, would there be any benefits to being in a prison? Second one, okay. So for what episode in your childhood do you probably owe your parents an apology? Um, I have a silly one we can get started out with for that. I should probably apologize to my parents for stealing every pair of scissors that they've ever owned. I like looking back and realizing that I have ADHD, this suddenly makes more sense to me. But I never knew where my pair of scissors was, so I would always take the ones from the office and then forget to put them back. So my parents probably spent like hundreds of dollars on scissors replacing the ones that I kept stealing and losing. Because like I still have scissors just spread out all over the house. I don't know why. I cannot keep track of a pair of scissors to save my life. I've gotten a little bit better at it because I have specific places where I leave them and I have multiple pairs so that it's not just like one set of scissors that goes in one place. I have like a pair of scissors in every single room. Which means I don't lose them as much because there's always one where I want them to be. But I definitely like stole millions of pairs of my dad's scissors and it made him really angry. Ooh, actually, another mildly silly one is probably also infecting the family computer by downloading things off of LimeWire. Oh, interesting, Wiggle. Yeah, see, that makes sense to me, especially with the nice knives, Sleepy. Because God, that was an issue when we had roommates. Now it's just me and my brother. But there was a while where we had roommates and my bottle opener kept disappearing and like never making it back into the kitchen. So I bought like 4 separate ones. Um, and kept replacing them until I finally just stopped replacing them in the kitchen and just had mine in my room and let the rest of them figure it out. Oh, good, Sleepy. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that. Because, another thing that happened was I bought a cast iron skillet and somebody ran it through the dishwasher. I'm not sure who it was, but, um, so it's just been sitting there covered with rust for multiple years because I can't be bothered to deal with it. And yes, I know that that's a stab-worthy offense, but I'm too nice. Good, Sleepy. I'm proud of you for doing that. Protecting that kind of stuff is important, and it's difficult to do when you have like that nice anxiety issue. Nah. Good, Sleepy. Like, I'm fine with sharing to a point, but, like, you gotta be respectful about it, you know? Yeah, asking first is good, and yeah, exactly. It's like a really basic respect thing. Ooh, chicken wings. Nice. I'm not a big wing person, if I'm being honest, but still delicious. You guys always make such good stuff. Yeah, I feel that, Sleepy. I don't like the taste of meat that's like right to the bone, especially with chicken. So I do like adult chicken nuggies. Honestly, I do boneless wings. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense, Tens. I think I changed this color a little bit, but that's fine. Ah, that's great, Bean. I'm glad. I actually haven't had them, Kuro. They grow wild up here, but I haven't run into any place where I can get them. And I tend to not do a lot of subsistence stuff up here, just because I don't really think it's my place, honestly. Because there are a lot of people who are like actually depend on subsistence stuff, so I tend to just like leave it for the people who actually need it. And sometimes people who are subsistence people will share with you, so. That does sound good, Shani. I do love me some rhubarb. Weren't we talking about that last time? Somebody said they have rhubarb they don't use. Was it you, Sleepy? Okay, I was like, I know somebody said it, but I don't remember who it was. Next, I think I need to block out the leaves that are attached to the berries, since I want them to be a brighter color. Oh yeah, that's fair, Sleepy. I don't know. Rhubarb is just good. I guess my grandma always grew rhubarb too, and my grandpa did strawberries and blueberries, so we often had like strawberry rhubarb stuff when we were visiting them. Okay. Yeah, you can just do rhubarb pie too, honestly. You can put rhubarb in with anything else, but strawberry is good. Yeah, they're mostly a wild one, kind of like huckleberries, um, which I'm a sucker for. I ate a lot of huckleberries growing up in Oregon, but they don't do super well with domestication and like farm kind of setups. I managed to mute before I sneezed that time. Excuse me. One of the things about doing the modeling stuff is I'm a lot more aware of when I'm about to sneeze. Yes, lemon curd is so good. That's great, Shawnee. And thank you, girl. Yeah. Yeah, not all fruit was meant to be for us, per se. Okay. Good luck, Sleepy. Oh, that sounds good, Tense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. The breadcrumbs would thicken. Very smart. Okay. Can I tell what I was doing? A little. I love mixing these two colors specifically because it really makes like antifreeze green. It's so bright. Okay, just so that I know where those are. Yeah, for sure, Tens. It's also just smart. Like, yes, it's easier, but it's also just like a smart use of product, We also get prepackaged popcorn chicken on a regular basis, so. In fact, we ate some for lunch yesterday. Yep. Yeah. We love shortcut foods, honestly. Like, what's the point in living in a time of convenience foods if we don't use them? Oh my god, Kuro, go eat. Fair, Teds, fair. Oh, nice, Sleepy. I wish we had good food prices. Okay, an hour into your day is not too late for breakfast, but yes, you should eat. Okay. How do I want to do this? Ooh, I need to put more of that on my palette. Ah, gotcha. Oh, I did put more pink. I knew I needed to do that, but I can't remember if I had. Okay, we need more yellows. That is what we need. So we need Hansa, and we need Azo. Which is in here somewhere. Need the Amboge, you're not what I need right now. I know the Azo is one of the little tubes. There it is. Yeah, when I cook, I tend to, like, if I'm cooking something new, I tend to look at, like, multiple recipes of the same thing and go, like, okay, this is the general vibe, and then just go with the vibe. Ah, yeah, your lasagna did look really good, Sleepy. Ah, yeah, for sure, Sleepy. Fennel slaps. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense, Sleepy. Get some of that MSG depth going. And yeah, sometimes things just don't turn out well, but like, it's fine. It's just food, you know? Oh no, Sleepy. That's a lot of pepper. Yeah, it's easy to make stuff like that you boil down overly salty, for sure. Although I really like salt, so the level of too salty for me is like way higher than anybody else in the world, probably. Um, like when I was a kid, I ate a lot of Play-Doh. Have we talked about this? I don't remember if we have or not, probably. But I ate a lot of Play-Doh because it was salty, to the point that the person who was in charge of the daycare started making homemade Play-Doh, because if I was going to eat so much, they needed to do the cheaper version. Um, Salt is just so good. Yes, I love that. Oh gosh, I have a great family story for you guys. Are you ready for this? It involves cooking. Not salt though, but a cooking mistake. Um, so when my grandma and grandpa, like my maternal grandparents, first got married, the first meal that my grandma made for my grandpa, she had to make a little early because he had to go in and teach a night class. Um, she made some chicken breast and so he ate first because he had to go. And so when she finally sat down to eat the food, um, after he'd already left to go to work, she realized that the chicken was still raw. My grandpa, instead of saying anything and like making her feel bad, just full on ate raw chicken, whole hog, and then went to work. He was fine. They were both fine. But like, can you imagine the level of devotion? Like, imagine your OTP. That's my grandparents. Yeah, it's adorable as a story, but also, ooh. He also had like grown up on a farm and stuff, so I think that he probably was used to perhaps not eating the best food. But like, if anybody wants to steal that story for their fanfic, feel free. I say yes, Sleepy. I cannot with blue rare. That's how my dad eats his steak, and I cannot. I no. Ugh. I don't even like rare, honestly. I'm not a well done person. I'm medium rare, but I need it to be like warm, you know? Yeah, that makes sense, Tens. It's really like an enhancer and not necessarily the main spice, you know? I'm excited for you to go, Sleepy. I hope it's everything you dreamed of. I know you guys go there a lot, so I'm sure it will be. That's not a healthy reaction. Um, yikes. Thighs are really easy to undercook, too. Good, Sleepy. Yeah, I love some sort of tater and a vegetal with a steak. It is true. Yeah, I think that's probably a good choice just based on that one story, Wiggle. I also vaguely know you and know that you probably wouldn't do that without good reason. So, yeah, it's wild how people tell on themselves like that. Yeah, that's totally fair, Wiggle. See, that's just how it goes sometimes, you know? Like sometimes somebody does something nice for you and it's not like exactly the way you want, but they still tried to do something nice for you, you know? Yeah. Um, I wish Alden hadn't turned out to be such a dickhead, honestly. But oh well. I will say that the season where he was one of the teachers on Worst Cooks of America was like wild. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, Alton was always pretty fat phobic, honestly. But he really, like, yeah, let it fly entirely lately. Oh yeah, Babish did some wild stuff. Yeah. It's unfortunate when stuff like that happens, where it's like somebody who you thought was pretty cool and then all of a sudden they're disgusting all of a sudden. You know? Which is just kind of what it's like dealing with people, I guess, because that's just how it goes, but yeah, that's definitely one of the things about doing your own stuff. If you point out the mistakes, then people know they're there. But for the most part, if you don't point out a mistake, nobody's going to notice. Which is one of the ways that I changed how I talk about my own art. Because I definitely used to be like, oh, I don't like how this turned out or this turned out. And then people go like, yeah, I guess those parts aren't good. But if you don't say that, it sets a completely different tone. And so people treat your stuff a lot differently. Which isn't to say that like people were ever like outright mean to me or anything, but there's definitely like cases where I would point out a mistake and then people would be like, ah, yeah, I guess. And now that I've stopped doing that entirely, I never get comments like that. It's just it's kind of like the you are your own worst critic, but you saw the entire process, so you have a different understanding of what you're seeing than random people would have. Oh, ick. Yeah, that sucks, Tens. Yeah. I saw somebody that, like, I don't know. I saw somebody I know. I'll just go with that so that it's not super obvious. Playing the Hogwarts Legacy game multiple days in a row the other week, and I'm like, you know, Don't do that. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know if I could trust you anymore, actually. You know? Hmm. Yeah. That's just, awkward. Yeah, that's fair, Tons. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, the situation is already kind of, I think that we aren't really friendly anymore. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those situations where like I don't think that I need to put that amount of effort into what's happening because I don't think that there's much bridge to burn, you know? Hmm. See, I'm way more likely to do that for other people than myself. Um, it's the mom friend override, also known as parentification when you were young, and so you take other people's needs more seriously than your own. Sorry if I just called you out. Yeah, exactly, Wiggle. Like, it's not our job to save everyone, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do what you can do, and sometimes the best you can do is just like not dealing with it. Um, but yeah, if other people are kind of being dicks about it, I'm way more likely to be like, what are you doing? Like, why do you think that this is an appropriate way to act? I guess at some point I should actually lift the masking fluid up on those guys. Although, I need to decide if I'm lightening some stuff up or not first, I guess. That's nice, Sleepy. I listened to one of my happy playlists this morning to try and like continue convincing my brain that the world isn't ending. Well, at least not today, you know. Oh yeah. Mhm. I remember those CD changers. That was a big deal back in the day. I'm ancient. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you, Sleepy. Have I talked to you about my Year of Lyrics project at all? Because we've been talking music, and I realized I don't think I've told you about that, and you probably would find it really interesting. Um, so I did a year-long project where once a week I did a typography project of a song lyric that I related to. So you can see a list of 52 songs there that I did, one for each week, and go through and see like the reason I chose each lyric, vaguely at least. And there is a song list for it. I think the YouTube one has a few missing, but there is a list, like a playlist of all the songs. Oh, nice, Tens. Yeah, I just kind of realized because we had been talking about it a bunch, I was like, that's probably like exactly up your alley, and I did not even mention it to you. I was just like, oh wait, I have exactly the thing that Sleepy would find interesting. Oh yeah. I do love some yearning, you know? And Hosier is pretty master at it. Okay, I think I need to let that dry and then do one more wash over the top of the leaves. And that will be good. Yeah, I know, Sleepy. That's why because I did a call where me and Cap were hanging out with Adam and Lib was playing some of your suggestions in the background, and I was like, this slaps, this slaps, this slaps, this slaps. And Lib was like, oh, that's all Sleepy's music. And I was like, okay, I need to hang out with Sleepy more, like, clearly, because we have the same vibes. And that's when I was like, Sleepy, you need to tell me some music to listen to. Yeah. So I knew we were going to be pretty similar. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. These guys are next. I know what I'm doing, she said with no confidence whatsoever. Yeah, I need to figure out how to... I bet there's some service I can use that would transfer my Spotify playlist to Apple Music so that I can send it to you. Because I think you would enjoy poking through my gigantic playlist. Okay. Give me that, please. Thank you. But it's a huge playlist, and I don't want to have to go through and move it all myself because it's gigantic. It's like 52 hours long. And it's the playlist of like everything I've been collecting since I was 15, you know, kind of a situation. Actually, since before I was 15, if I'm being honest. I think you'd have some fun poking through that. Yeah, pretty much. Although I have, like, attempted to move away from, like, more of the depressing stuff that I listen to and, like, make an effort to listen to, like, more upbeat stuff. Because I have noticed that it, like, drastically changes my mood. Yeah, that's fair, Tens. Yeah, stuff is kind of fucked. I don't know that there's a better way to say that. Stuff is kind of fucked. Just that's where we're at right now. Hashtag kind of fucked. Oh, good for you, Shawnee. I had one when I was in high school that I deleted a little after I moved to Alaska because there was some stuff on there that I did that should not have ever been seen again. Um, that was the right choice for past Katie. hmm Yeah, I don't know them like off the top of my head, but I believe that just the name is it's pretty relevant to what's happening, so I can believe it. Yeah. See, do you guys want some like deep Katie lore that I don't think I've told anybody in the past like 20 years since it's coming up? um, so Teenage Katie wrote a lot of poetry. That's not the big reveal here. But Teenage Katie also wrote a lot of porn. Um, you know how in Bob's Burgers, Tina writes erotic friend fiction? I did that for real, except I filed the serial numbers off so that nobody knew who I was talking about. That was a real thing that I did and posted on the internet. To be fair, I was writing about people with permission. Um, because it was people who I was, sexting with before sexting was really a thing. Um, so they knew and were into it. But yeah, that's a real thing that I did, and that would be why I was very adamant about deleting my live journal. Because nobody needs to know that. That's something that the world does not need to see. Yes, Sleepy, so much. So I have a playlist called Depression, but make it bop. I will send you a screenshot of that one because it's still pretty short. That wasn't the button I meant to click. Here we go. Okay, I say a screenshot. It's like 5 screenshots. I'm like, this playlist isn't long for me. I am known for making hyper-specific playlists. And then so that nobody can figure it out, like mixing in a couple of extra songs so that nobody knows what the reason I was that made the playlist was. Because being known is a little scary, you know? Yeah, enjoy, Sleepy. And if you have more suggestions, please let me know. Okay, this is our light side here. Yeah, Sleepy and I are like on the same wavelength often. I do think it's so funny when you run into people on the internet and you're like, ah, we should be friends. And then you're like, wow, we have like a lot of similarities, don't we? Can you imagine a world where we didn't have the internet and we just never knew that there was somebody so similar to us in the world? Wild. Wild to think about. I have not, Sleepy. I should. I tend to listen to just like individual songs and not whole albums. Okay, let me figure out what the heck is going on with this leaf. Thank you. Like that. All right. Yeah, I think I have one thing tomorrow in the evening, but I think tomorrow may just be a rot in bed day. And by rot, I mean listen to all of Sleepy's music and play Minecraft day. Because I've been trucking on stuff, and I'm tired. I deserve to have like an actual day off every once in a while. It's hard when you're like in charge of all of your own shit. Because like I always feel like I should be working, but that's not healthy. Yeah, Sleepy, for sure. But like it's always like whenever I'm hanging out by myself and doing something, I'm like, I really should be working. But that isn't the case. Like I do have stuff I could be doing, but I need to not be working all the time constantly. Because that's how you end up breaking down and having burnout and having a meltdown over something stupid like letting the cows out in Minecraft. Yeah, I feel that, Sleepy. Ooh, interesting, Tens. I will add that to my little listy here. Yeah, part of the streaming thing is why I have a set schedule. And also, like, once I have my own setup for Reels, I'll be able to, like, stream when I want. But at the moment, I'm streaming in the living room still. So I need to, like, have a set schedule so that I'm not in my brother's way constantly. But eventually, I'll be able to actually do things the way that I want to, and then I can stream whenever I want. Which I am excited for that for multiple reasons, one of which is so that I can actually stream games, because that would be fun to do with you guys. Two, I've had this idea since I considered starting streaming of doing a like sleepover stream kind of. So like we have a just chatting stream like Friday night and hang out pretty late. And then I stream again on Saturday morning, still in my pajamas and stuff, and we kind of like just gossip and hang out and get ready for the day kind of a vibe. And I love that. I think it's so cute. I love this idea that I had, but I can't do it the way that things are right now. And I'm really excited to be able to do it, but I need to get that studio space set up first, which means I need to get flooring in there. Oh, interesting, Sleepy. Yeah, that makes sense. See, I'm the opposite kind of anxiety person where I need a plan or my anxiety will eat me alive. I am a scheduler. I need to know what's happening. I'm just like that as a person. Okay, I think I've tonally separated the leaves from the stems a little bit too much. So I think the wash we do down here will be a little bit more of this like brighter green color. I think that'll bring it where I want it. And then I need to deepen up the shadows on that still because they're still pretty flat. But I think after that and another background wash, I think we'll be vaguely where I want to be. We can readjust after that point, but let me see. How dry are you? Not super, so we'll have to wait a little bit for that, but that's okay. Oh, interesting, Sleepy. I haven't done one of those in a really long time. I think I was ISFJ the last time I check it, if I remember right. I might not remember right, though. I think maybe if I bring some of the regular green into the leaves, that'll help too. Ah, cool. Yeah, I know a lot of personality tests are also... How do I put this in a way that... They're based on a lot of things that aren't good. So a lot of them have a lot of basis of like institutional racism and stuff involved. So it is something to like be taken with a little bit of a grain of salt, you know? Yeah. It's the same with like the love languages stuff, because that guy was also not great. But like you can take the basis of something and make it into something that's not gross, you know? You just need to like be aware of where it's coming from. Like saying how you feel the most loved is different than saying you need to do these things for me, otherwise you're a bad wife, which was like the basis of that stuff, so. Just gotta keep stuff in mind, you know. Because unfortunately, psychology had a lot of icky people in it. Yeah, BMI goes in the trash, for sure. There's a difference between trying to understand the human brain and, which is a complex thing, and trying to shame people for how their bodies exist. Like, those are two vastly different things, you know? Which, like, even, I think we've talked about this, even when I was anorexic, my BMI listed me as overweight. Which did not help the situation, just in case anybody was wondering. Yeah, I enjoy personality quizzes just in general because, like, I don't know, I just like knowing more about myself from somebody else's point of view, you know? So, yeah, I feel that, Sleepy. Yep. Yeah, I think that green is bringing it closer to where I really want it to be. Then we need to do masking fluid too. I need to not forget that. Every time somebody does KD for craft dinner, it takes me like a solid minute to figure out what's going on because those are my initials. I just sit here like, you haven't landed on me. What are you talking about? Are you coming to visit? You're welcome to. Okay. This one is where do I go from here? From Valhalla. Okay, let's put some antifreeze green on the leaves. Then hopefully this will be a little bit better tonally. I feel like the leaves and the stems are a little bit too separated right now. Oh, which one, Tens? If you don't mind sharing, obviously, but I'm guessing if you brought it up, you're okay with sharing. Ah, that would be a fun one. Okay, I do think that makes it like a little bit more cohesive, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I need to let that dry, and then we will do another layer of the background, and then I'll decide what I'm doing with the berries. I think maybe just letting it live the way that it is and not freaking out about it. Just like letting some splotchy watercolor exist, because like that's part of the point. Oh, that is very interesting, Tens. I didn't know that. That makes sense, though. I don't know. Alright. Maybe it's just where my brain is at. I don't like this one as much as the globe flowers we did last. But I think that's partially just because the reference photo for the last one was one that I took, so I was very attached to it. And this one is kind of an amalgamation of a few different reference images that I didn't take. So, yeah, for sure, Tens. That's a good point. Maybe I just want to put a little bit more red over the magenta to smooth it out a little bit. Let's try doing that and see what I think. I'll see what I think.
There were two of us, now there are 3 and 4 here. And out of every mouth we send a chill into the air. Spitting images, spitting bitter lies, spitting sharpened stones, spitting alibis.
The most exciting part of watercolor is waiting for things to dry, always.
We've got a dictionary and a psychic fount. There are so many tongues, but you know just bits of them. Teeth on polished glass, scrape out for the boys, swallow all your thoughts, wait for blood to boil.
I do still think this is a little muddy. Ooh, orange. You got it. Do you want like a neon orange or like a pumpkin-y orange? I love that tense. That's so funny. I do have a hair dryer. It's not upstairs right now. Like I could go get it, but also, or maybe it is up here. It is up here because my brother brought it up for me. I forgot. But I also kind of just like having a little bit of breathing space, you know? I know I have a pumpkin-y orange in here. Where is it? Use darker orange. Do I have like a neon orange? I'll even throw in a larger orange one for free. You can have one of each, Johnny. That way I don't have to make an extra decision. Here we go. There's the bigger one. I'll leave that out so that you guys can see what the littler ones look like. Because some of the paper I have is specifically made for making paper stars, so like this one. And some of them is quilling paper, which is a little bit thicker, so it makes a bigger star. Yeah, they're fun to make and relatively easy once you get the hang of it. But I made like tons of these like when I was depressed. I really started like making a million of them because it was something simple to do, you know, to keep your hands busy. Yeah! So, there you go. So this is the bigger one, and then these are the standard origami star sizes. Here, we can do one of the darker orange ones too. Just 'cause. Yeah, I think I learned how to do them from a Tumblr post, Shawnee. I'm pretty sure. Because somebody mentioned that anytime they were happy, they would make a little paper star and put it in a jar. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones for this. So there's the regular origami star, which is the one Shawnee just redeemed. There's ones with glitter paper. Those ones are limited to how many you can do per day because they make my fingers hurt after a while. And then there's one for a teeny tiny little star. And then once we fill the jar, originally I was going to do a sticker giveaway, but I'm going to do a commission giveaway once we fill this container. And probably do a giveaway for a keychain, which is why this is in here. So this is, you can tell that it was here when we did that splatter pattern for watercolor because there's splattered watercolor all over it. I don't think you want to eat all of these, Shawnee. I'll let you eat the plain paper ones, but I don't think you should eat the glitter ones because that paper is just straight up plastic. And I don't want you to hurt yourself. The paper probably won't hurt you, so I'll let you if you really want to. I mean, it is paper that's been sitting around and is probably dusty at this point. There's also some that are vellum with glow-in-the-dark stuff. You probably shouldn't eat those. Just as a guess. But yeah, once we fill this up, I'm gonna get to a giveaway for a commission. Yeah, free dust from the Bean Home. You know. But they're fun. I like to do a little swirly here. Sometimes the camera can keep up with that and sometimes it can't. It makes a really nice sound too. Here, let me see if I can catch it for you. I'm gonna be quiet. I don't know how well that picked up, but it's a good sound. But yeah, I just have the jar sitting over there. Well, it was really a vase that I stole to use because it's a good shape. I just like the shape of it. But yeah, I have a bunch of different papers. And that's just the plain ones. Actually, some of the green ones have like escaped from the container, so let's just do those right quick. And so I fold them for the redeems, and then I also just do some like when we're waiting for something to dry or whatever. It's a nice little break activity to keep my hands busy so I feel like I'm doing something, you know? Oh, they're better dry, huh? Things are heating up in the eating weird things fandom. Yeah, I haven't played it either, Shawnee. I think it's probably one I would enjoy more watching somebody else play than playing myself. I do know there's a lot of like reaction time stuff that I would not have fun with. Yeah, that one got a little scrungled. He's fine though. All right. I think this is probably dry enough for us to continue now. Okay. I think I also own Undertale. I think I got it when it was free a while, like, I say a while ago, like a long time ago. Okay, I think I'm done with these greens. Ah, okay, good to know. Welcome back, Sleepy. So I do think I want to probably do straight green in the background now instead of the dark mix. Nice, Sleepy. Love that for you. Okay, let me see what I think about this. Use some appetite green. And I can also just spray it all over the frickin' place while I'm mixing it. Hey. Oops. Okay. Craft dinner. Which always confuses me. I don't know if you heard, Sleepy, but when people do KD, those are my initials. So I always have a minute where I'm like, wait, what? Exactly. Like, you could buy me dinner first, Sleepy. Damn. Oh God, I've done that before. I'm like the exact right height for the counters in our kitchen that my Chonkalicious hips will sometimes knock things off the counter. So if there is like anything, like a handle for instance, hanging out past the counter space, I will end up knocking it off the counter. Like, I just sachet too hard. It's not my fault. Yeah, see, there's two ways to look at it. Like, skill issue because you knock things off, or you're too skilled in knocking things off the counter, you know? And I think that we can work on our positive thinking skills here and think that we're too skilled at knocking things off. Exactly, exactly. Exactly, you just go bap and then it goes and it's fun and it knocks to the floor and it makes a really loud sound that scares you and you run away a little bit. Your tail poofs up, you know. And then you get a million views on YouTube and it's perfect. You know what I haven't done this whole time? Take progress photos of the painting. Whoops. That's true, Sleepy. God, there was one time where I was making some tater tots on a very bad brain day, so getting myself to eat in and of itself was a task. And I put the like I took the tots out of the oven because I had used a Pyrex baking dish because I was putting cheese on them. And I set it onto the counter so that I could put the cheese on and then stick them back in. And I set the Pyrex down on the stove and it exploded. And I don't mean like a little tink kind of exploded. I mean exploded. Like we still find chunks of this thing in our house from time to time. Level of exploded. And I still had to clean that up and it sucked. It was awful. And we also still had a cat at that point who was curious about what happened and saw cheese on the floor, right? So I had to like wrangle the cat and clean up glass while I had bare feet. I think what happened, so Pyrex is prone to do that eventually, like it wears over time and eventually like it will crack or something. But I think what happened was there was a little bit of water on the stove that I set it on, and so the temperature shift made it more dramatic than it would have been otherwise. But it was like, it was a lot. And I didn't get any tater tots. And I just kind of like gave up and went back to bed at that point because it was like, okay, I'm not allowed to do anything today. Noted. Oh, that sucks, Sleepy. I'm glad that Tomato had your back, though. Hi, Dwayne. I will have a little sip. Thank you. Okay, I think I let that dry. Yeah, I like the more green to that now. Sippy accomplished.
Why do you like Halloween so much?
It's always Halloween in my soul.
An affirmation card? You got it, buddy. Thank you. I do still think that it looks better on screen than it looks like in person, which is fine because that means that when I scan it, it's going to look baller. Ooh, I did not. I didn't see that. Thank you. I will in just a moment. Okay. Sleepy. Left or right? I have a little bit of practice because I do tarot every morning, so I do a 1-card draw and I shuffle. Focus on bringing more balance into your life is our affirmation card today. But I have a few tarot decks, and I do like 1-card draw every morning is like a think exercise, so I do thoughts and stuff. Yeah, easier said than done, but trying is the most important part, honestly. My wrist has really been bugging me. Again, still, I don't know. Oh, interesting tens. I haven't heard of doing that before. That sounds interesting. It sounds like it would probably make my heart explode, but I can see how that would taste good. Put that conversation card away. I do, whenever I do, you guys have seen me drink electrolytes on stream, but I always, well, thank you, Shawnee, for pointing that out because I did miss it. Whenever I do electrolytes, I do it in fizzy water, because then it feels like a special potion, you know, so I'm more likely to drink it. Which does fizz like crazy, and you have to be careful about it. Yeah. Oh, my hip just popped in a really uncomfortable way. Can you not do that again, buddy? Thank you. Ooh, that would be fun, Sleepy. Okay. I think it's time to peel up the masking fluid and hope that it doesn't ruin the paper too badly. Yeah, that would be really cool. I could use my fancy little rubber thing, or I can just go with this with my fingers. Which is what she said, probably. I don't know. See, I'm a Diet Coke person and not a Coke Zero person. Which I know is a contest. Yeah, always check your sources. Because it might be like our situation right now where they said it. Always make sure you know the pronouns. I do think I'm going to soften up this really bright white a little bit with some of the orangey color we used as the base. Just because I feel like that's really intense. And I kind of want it a little mellower than just the straight weight of the paper. Yeah, it's a little too much, but it helps to keep the white of the paper so that you can decide to do that afterwards. Instead of having to like lift stuff up, which means you can overwork the paper. It might be a little bit better on this one, but it's still going to be pretty intense, so. That's fair. That's fair. I find Pepsi is too sweet. Like, even the diet ones taste really, really sweet. And I like the more, like, acidic taste of Diet Coke. Ooh. Don't rub that paper. That's gonna peel up because it's still wet. We have a fun texture there that we get to fix now. Loops. Yeah, that's fair. See, I like the, I don't know, the more chemically taste of Diet Coke. And it's been so long since I had regular Coke that it would taste disgusting to me at this point. Like, I don't think I've had a regular Coke in over a decade. Come on, little buddy. There you go. Yeah, a little blown out. I think I won't need to do as much. Oh yeah, so it's just masking fluid, which is just liquid latex. So you put it on, this is the brand that I use. It's called drawing gum, but masking fluid is what it is. Yes, it is indeed time to feed Leon. But it's just a liquid latex, and so you put it on and let it dry, and it will protect the paper underneath, and then you can just peel it up. As long as it works correctly. Sometimes if it's old or if your paper is a little bit too wet or whatever, it will have a little bit of a hissy fit. And I did rub the paper here a little bit, so we've got kind of a funky paper texture because I got it while it was still wet, so I can just add a little bit more of that. Yeah, pretty much, Sleepy. And now we get to feed Leon, our robot son. Because he's a little vacuum cleaner, and he'll just suck up the extra gunk because he's really good at his job. He's great, and I love him. Cap got this for me for my birthday. Yeah, I let Stream name him, and we named him Leon. I do need to figure out how to empty him at some point. Not anytime soon, I think, but at some point that will be a thing. I also haven't had to charge him a lot either. Oh, I figured out how to empty him. It was really easy. I just needed to twist the bottom. He's naked now. That was super easy, and he's not very full. We're fine. But that was very easy. Thank you, Leon, for being easy to use and good at your job. We really appreciate you and the work that you do. Good job, Leon. But when you turn him on, his little eyes light up. It's great. We love Leon. Okay. Make sure I don't have any pieces left on here. Because sometimes if you're doing like a really intense pigment over the top, you like miss some pieces. This is true. And Leon did come with a strap on. My brother has walked out to me saying this before, and it was really funny to explain to him. But he does have a little, he came, I've been chastised for calling it little before, because compared to his body, it is not little. But he does come with a dick attachment to use on your keyboard. And like compared to his body size, this is not little, and I accept that, but I keep calling it little because it fits in my hand. But yeah. He comes with a strap on, which I think is great. We love that for him. Icon. But I do think I have one last piece of masking fluid on here. Either that or I just did a dot there. I'm not sure which. Let me check the reference image. Is there a dot there? Did I just randomly make a dot? I think it's maybe just a random dot. Apparently Bad Dragon is actually like bad to their employees. So we aren't supposed to buy from Bad Dragon, if that's your thing. I don't know. I only vaguely understand anything at any given time, but I have been told that they are not great to work for. I see Sleepy. Hi, Bewitch! Good to see you. Yeah, it's a fun joke, for sure. But there are definitely other companies, and there's a few posts that go around Tumblr with other suggestions for companies that are better. and more ethically run. So, which there was also, gosh, around the, this is a little bit of a deep cut here, I think, but around the Amber Heard trial, there was a company that tried to capitalize on that by making a reference to a bottle dildo they sold about one of the sexual assaults that Amber Heard had to deal with. And that was also a not great one. Because, like, that is a thing that people are into. No judgment on that level, that people want to be fucked with a bottle, like, whatever. And definitely don't use a real bottle. Use something that is made for that purpose. For your own safety. But trying to sell it based on that is, like, real gross. And, yeah. That's one of those things where, like, that is knowledge that I have in my brain that I wish, one, had never happened, and two, I hadn't seen. You know? Because, ick. Yeah, it's gross. The whole... Hi, Feltz, good to see you. Sorry you had to come into that. Like, I don't know, the whole fuckery around that was not good. Okay, we're just gonna do a little bit of a pinky orange for these highlights instead. Yeah, it's bad. And the idea that you were, like, so on board with that you would advertise like that is horrifying, honestly. Like, the level of shit that has to be messed up in your brain in order to do that is, like, a lot. So I'm just doing, like, a really light wash of this and then pulling it back up. So it's a little tinted, but not super tinted. With this orangey color that we used for the base on these. I may go back over it again with maybe just some yellow. So that it feels more like a highlight. Because it is feeling a little intense. That's better already. It's a little uneven, but that's okay. Yeah, that feels better. Still think I can soften this up a little bit. The highlights on this one were, like, really intense in the reference photo, and I think I overdid it a little bit, honestly. So let's just smooth these out a little bit. Spork of Love, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Thank you for the raid. I love your username. Little known Katie fact, when I was starting out as a camp counselor and we had camp counselor names, my camp name was Spork. So, welcome in. Hi, Aria. Good to see you. I'm guessing Aria had something to do with y'all showing up today. Welcome in. Hi, my name is Katie. This is my stream. I do a bunch of art here. I mostly do watercolors. Yeah, Aria is a good pal, so yeah, good to see you. We do love to be comfy, it's true. And I do have about 6 million pillows sitting around me at the current moment. So I think I'm following instructions really well so far. Let me get you a shout out. Thank you. I'm working on some salmonberries here. So I live in Alaska, and one of the series that I'm working on right now are little Alaskan stamps. So we've done a moose recently, well, technically 3 moose. We've also done a globe flower was the last one we did for this. So this is just some of the work I do. I also do some silly stuff. So here's a bug. I'm working on a collectible bug sticker set. This is another one for that same project. And then the woodworm. You know, this one is available as a sticker in my shop because, you know, I still would if they were a worm, you know. Thanks so much for popping in today. Would you like to tell us what you were doing on stream and, you know, give us a little intro for those of us who might not know you? Thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of art and we split our time between like capital A art and silly stuff that my brain comes up with, you know. Actually, do I still have Grimace over here? I must. Yeah, so last time, like before we started the berries, we were working on Lolita Grimace, which is a thing my brain decided to pop out. Um, so yeah, we split our time here between like art and whatever this is, you know. And we're actually just working on finishing up these salmon berries. We'll be done with these in a little bit, and then we can start working on our next project. Yeah, this is from an affirmation card deck that I have, and somebody asked for us to pull one. If you do !Danny, you can get some information about the artist who made these. But I have a redemption where you can pull Danny. Yeah, thank you, Stars. I know that I mumble sometimes and my mic isn't the best, so. Ooh, needle felting is always fun until you stab yourself. And dice are always fun. That's super cool. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, that's super cool. Fun. I'll have to come and check you out sometime. Because I do follow a lot of gamers. I am not in a space where I can game really for stream, but I'm hoping to do that at some point, so. But I'm just smoothing out some of the highlights on this guy because they were a little bit too intense, so. Thank you! That's the highest compliment, honestly, for my art, is somebody wants to eat it, which happens often. I do really enjoy painting food. So one of the more popular ones I've done is a pickle. Ooh, that sounds incredible, Silver Wolf. That is a good time for sure. And the pickle is also an emote, as Stars is putting in chat, and it is also a sticker. I'm not sure if I have one of them out here. Maybe I do. But my little sticker pile is a little bit of a mess, you know. Because I make a lot of stickers, like that's how I make most of my money. So we have a few examples here.
Do you feel it? The lack of wind, but abundance of air.
I thought I had one out here. I have the chicken. Oh, here's the woodworm sticker, so you can see what that looks like. But the chicken was also added at the same time as the pickle, so I would think that I would have one out here, but I was probably showing it and put it someplace weird. I do, yes. So some of my stickers are printed from a company and some of them I print myself at home. And there are a lot of options. I also have a sticker club through my Patreon where you can get an exclusive sticker sent to you once a month. This one was last month. This was for January. It says, shed what isn't serving you instead of eating yourself alive. And yeah, Stars, thank you, has put a link to my shop and also my Patreon if you wanted to join. This is the sticker for this month for the Patreon Sticker Club, which is based off of a painting we did last month, which is a conversation heart that says orgasm. You know, again, balancing the silly and the art a little bit. But yeah, I've got all sorts of stickers. So we did a whole series of like sad ice cream bars was a thing for a while. I have some Pokemon stuff there. So I have this guy who is absolutely gorgeous. I have a little Oshawott too that's just like plain hollow. I have some disability stuff as well. So I have the No Knee Juice Club and Nerve Pain Posse. And there's also a Tummy Trouble one that I don't think I have out here. But Tummy Trouble Survivor is also one. All sorts of fun stuff there. Oh yeah, so instead of saying orgasm, if this is the one you're talking about, it's orgasm. There's a common meme for communism that instead of it being somebody's thing, it's our thing, right? Because in communism, quote unquote, you share everything. So it's orgasm instead of orgasm. Yeah, sharing it. And I'm always happy to explain things. Feel free to ask if you don't get it. I'm more than happy to explain things because, you know, you only get it if you get it. And always happy to explain stuff because it's so much easier. Yep. I think this one needs to be a little bit rounder. Feels flat. There we go. Yay! So yeah, we do a bunch of silly stuff here. I am going to be making Grimace into a sticker design too. We're still working on him in the background. Part of the thing about doing physical art and turning it into stickers is there's a lot of background prep. I haven't had them actually, Tomato, weirdly enough. But I think it was Sleepy said earlier that they're kind of like toned down blackberries and pretty tart, which sounds good to me. But the other thing I'm working on for stickers is I'm getting a new sticker sheet set up with this. So I've got this mostly done. I have a little bit of color correcting and stuff to do. Yeah, communism on paper is often different than what our examples of communism are, which is true in most human things. Honestly. I do think I need to do some more shading on this this guy up here because I think the intensity of the highlights are kind of blowing this out a little bit. Yep, Arya is a very good example of our communism, honestly. We love our card-carrying socialist. I feel like I really need to make these highlights a little bit smaller and add a little bit of extra shading in here. Yeah, there's a lot of examples of better places. So I live in the US, right? We all know what's happening there. And it's not great. You know. It would be nice if we could do something else than what we're currently doing. Hi, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I will do a stretchy and a hydrate. Thank you, Graham. Oh, stretchy. Oh, a little treat. I'm still not allowed to eat caramels. And I have these caramels sitting over here staring me in the face, and I'm like, I could probably be okay. I could probably manage it. Hi! Thank you for the boop, Rain. Rainamabo. I love that. That's so fun. Oh, yeah. Safe travels. And good luck with groceries. Okay, I did a stretchy. I'm doing a hydrate. Not eating the caramels because it might make my temporary crown pop off. But I will have some salmiakki, which is just hanging out over here. So thank you for the little treat. Yeah, for sure, Arya. That's great, Rain. Is it okay if I call you Rain? I can say Rainamabo every single time if you prefer. Cool. Thank you. I like to make sure, because I do tend to shorten people's names, but I want to make sure that it's something that's good. Thank you, Grim. If you need to yell in my DMs, you're welcome to do so. I think you know that, but thank you for the follow. So yeah, I'm having some menthol salmiakki as my little treat. And I do need to make these highlights chill out a little bit. This is accurate to the photo I was using, but I think it doesn't match the other one, so. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, exactly, Aria. It's something you got to build up. I think a lot of people, just in general, and I think this is really relevant to the time we're living in today, seem to think that, like, you can just have one big movement all at once and then everything will be fixed, which is strangely the same as the Christian rapture concept, where suddenly all the good people are in one place and all the bad people are in a different place. And that's not how humanity works at all, ever. Period. Like, you need to have a ramp up plan, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, any sort of thing will take some work. And a lot of people just really don't want to do the work, honestly. A lot of people really just want to figure out who the right person to bully is. Yeah. Sometimes the hardest thing for people in general is being kind to each other, but... Alright, safe travels, Tens. I'm sure I'll catch you around. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, exactly, Aria. An example that has often been used, I don't know where it originally came from, but was the idea of planting a fruit tree that takes long enough to mature that you aren't going to be the one to enjoy the fruit. Like, you need to care about what happens after you in order to make the world a better place. And a lot of people just don't want to do that. Thank you. Yeah, these are kind of the final touches. I'm trying to leave it a little bit loosey-goosey as like some personal work about not trying to make everything hyper-realistic, because I don't think that's the best art, but my brain tries to convince me that that's the only way my art should look, which is just not true. So I am trying to leave it so that you know this is watercolor, which is a little bit clearer, I think, in person than it is captured on camera. But yeah, people's brains do a lot of work for art, and a lot of times less is more, because people's brains are going to fill in those details, you know? Yeah, yeah, I feel that. Art can get away with you. And like really anything can. Yeah, I feel that. For sure. Thank you. I really should do a like materials list at some point so that people can see what I'm using. These were a suggestion from another artist that I follow. And one of the reasons I really like them is because of this angled tip at the end. It makes it really nice for pulling masking fluid off of stuff. Oh yeah, 100% casual. All good, Shani. No need to apologize. Okay. I think I'm feeling better about that. I do think that I want to deepen up some of the shadows in between the pips here. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I use a lot of little brushes because I like doing tiny little baby details. I also tend to paint pretty small, all things considered. So it's good to have. Yeah, I think a little bit more magenta, especially over here where the berry's behind the leaf. Yeah, the bigger ones are really good. They hold a lot of liquid, so it's really good for washes and stuff. Oh, I would die. I would not know what to do, Aria. That's way too big. Like, I don't do very big pieces. Like, the biggest pieces that I've done were for a commission. And they were 11 by 14 pieces. And that was like a task for me. It's just so big. Oh god, yeah, that would be so much gesso. Okay, I feel better about that. I think it just needed a little bit more oomph in some of those shadows. I think that's pretty good. And this one. Yeah. That'll lighten up a bit once it dries too. I think this is done, guys. I think we did it. So that gets to join our other stamps as part of the Alaska stamp series. Thank you, folks. So the idea with this sticker series is, one, I wanted to do more Alaska art because I live here and it's pretty, so I should really be using that inspiration a bit. And I wanted to have a set of stickers that weren't available in my shop specifically. They were only available as extras to purchases. Raspberry juice is delicious. I feel that. So I knew which ones I had given to customers who do repeat orders. Because I do give out extra stickers with all of my orders, but I just kind of throw in whatever extras I have laying around. So I want to have some that are specific for that, and maybe make a little like suitcase or postcard or something that you can stick the collection onto. So these would only be available if you purchase through my shop or if you were buying locally, because I'm hoping to have a few places start selling my stickers. So yeah, these are big business plans, you know, as we chug along with small business life. Well, you know, the world is falling apart. It's fine. I'll just keep doing my little tasks and hope things don't explode more than they already have. You know, just small business owner things. So yeah, I think that we can sit around and chat for a little bit longer. Just to hang out, you know? Yep, exactly, Aria. We're chugging along, we're doing our thing, we're looking out for each other, and that's the important part. Exactly. So I think I'm gonna fold a few more stars to put in the bucket. And there's a bunch of green just sitting here, so let's do that. I actually haven't had them wiggle. I'm painting them, but I haven't had them. They're just one that's up here in Alaska. Sleepy said that they'd had some and said that they were kind of like a tartar, more mellow blackberry. That's so cute, Rain. But they do only grow wild. They aren't ones that are domesticated and farmed, so. And I tend to not go berry picking up here, even though that's like a common thing. I try to leave subsistence stuff for the people who actually use subsistence, you know? Oh, that's cute. I do love raspberries. They're my favorite. Do need to decide who I'm gonna send you guys to, because I have two options, and I'm thinking we might go with our good old standby and go to Rainbow today, because Rainbow is always a good time. Yes, the meep, the sheep who meeps. A different Rainbow, but I feel like we should bring Rainamabow to Rainbow, because I think that hearing Rainbow, aka Linda, say Rainamabow will be worth everything that we've ever done. The sheepy! Yep, she is a sheep who meeps. And she does like really cool art and colors, and she's been doing games on Fridays in addition to art, so I think we might catch her doing a game too. I love gooseberries. Oh, excellent. I figured that's what you meant, Wiggle. But I think we'll head out and do that. You know what? How many times did I say I needed to take a progress photo of this painting and then I never did? At least 3. I feel like that would take a lot of skill, honestly, to be gentle enough with something as small as a rat that you could goose it. Yeah, I should take a progress photo of this now that it's done. That's totally fair, Wiggle. Here, I'm taking a photo of it. Chihuahua would make sense with that. Okay, I'm gonna swap over. Oh yeah, if the light isn't quite as bright, it makes it a lot more obvious. I was just getting a straight on view from my phone camera. I'm going to switch over to our ending screen because that is in fact what is happening right now. Oh, that moved the alert for everything. I didn't want it to move for everything. I just wanted it to move on the starting soon screen. Whatever, it's fine. I can have my Ko-fi link like on my tits. That's fine. Shawnee and Stars, as a combo team, because they're great mods, have put some raid commands in chat. The first one has emojis that you can use anywhere on Twitch. The second one has emotes that you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. So please copy and paste the one that is relevant to you if you will be joining us today. Yeah, right? Especially this much tit. Honestly, it's just a free shelf. And I will actually properly start the raid and stuff because I vaguely know what I'm doing as a streamer at this point. Just vaguely, though. Like I said before, we're going to go visit Rainbow, who is just an awesome person and a sweet friend and does a lot of fun things. So we can go hang out with Rainbow. Thanks, Stars! And thanks so much for the raid earlier and those of you who stuck around to get to know me a little bit better. It's great to see y'all. And I love meeting some new people on the Twitches. Thank you, Rain. That's very sweet of you. So let me actually start the raid before I do my wrap-up message. That would be smart. There we go. All right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being nice to me. Thanks for hanging out and chatting and just being really cool where I could see you. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of and be kind to yourself for yourself, please do so for me because I think that you're awesome and you deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's hard. So let's take care of each other and ourselves, and then we can meet back here next time, okay? Speaking of, there is no stream on Monday. Next stream is going to be next Friday because I do have a modeling session on Monday. So, and I also have a doctor's appointment the next day. So I might have some fun news for you guys on Friday. We can all, you know, hang out and see where my journey is going to take me. So I will see you guys on Friday. Take care of yourselves until then, and I'm sure I'll see you other places on the internet. Okay, bye.